Hey guys, this is my second video. This is my coming out story. It's really short. Like when I was 16-year-old, I had been going actually when I was 15, I had been going to this group down in a place called the Corner in Dundee. The Corner is a place where pregnant teens were able to go for advice and help, and people would go there, young teens, boys and girls would go there to find out about like safe sex and how to put condoms on and stuff like that, and they'd get stuff like femidoms and comodoms there, and they had workers to go and talk to. Even if you were just having a stressful day and you had something on your mind and you need to talk about it, they were there for you. So anyway, I was going there like every Sunday. Because they had this like gay, bisexual, lesbian, transgender group there, but it was mostly guys that turned up, and I was going to this every Sunday, and I felt kind of good because I hadn't told anybody that I was gay, and I was kind of feeling kind of good about myself because I was amongst other gay guys, and I felt like I wasn't alone, and I was there with the two workers. I was also going to speak to this worker Pete through the week and that. Because I was telling him that I wanted to tell my mum at this time, like when I was 16, and I just wanted to get it off my chest because it was doing my head in. I needed to tell someone, but I was just scared in case I came out and it all went upside down kind of thing. And so one day I was speaking to him, and he was like, "Well, we open back up at 6:30 if you come back down and tell me what happened with your mum." But he gave me these like leaflets about like how to be safe from catching HIV and stuff like that. And so I was reading through them, and I went up to my house, and I was like lying. I went to my bed. Well, never went to my bed. I was laying on my bed. I went to my room and I was laying on my bed, and I was just thinking to myself, just tell your mum. Just tell her. She's going to be fine with it. She'll be a little upset, but she'll be fine with it. And there was another part of me saying, don't tell her because she's going to explode and she may not like it, and you might get the silent treatment for days, maybe weeks, maybe months. And I was kind of like in two minds, and my brain was just rattled by it. So I got her in the room anyway, and I sat her down on the bed, and I was just like kind of talking her up to it, just kind of asking her how she was doing and just telling her that I was feeling a bit down and stuff like that, and she was just like talking to me about that, and I told her I had this big secret, and I just needed to get it off my mind, and she was like, just tell us. And I was like, I went to tell her, but I was like crying at the same time, and I went, you know what, I can't tell you. And there was this like leaflet, and there was a guy sort of like giving another guy oral sex, but you couldn't see nothing. It wasn't like porn or anything. It wasn't like that. It was a leaflet, and it was just kind of showing you kind of thing. And I just kind of showed her that, and she just kind of froze for a second, and she looked at it, and she was like, "Are you sure? It's not a phase?" And I was like, "Yeah, because I've already been through a phase. I went through a phase till I was like 10, till I was 12, and then from 12 up until 16. No, sorry, no, I apologise for that. I went through a phase from I was like 6, 7 till I was 10, and from 10 till I was 12 I definitely knew, and I explained that to her as well, and I just never told anybody, so I kept it to myself since I was that young, and I was upset, and my mum was a little upset, and she was like, "Well, son," she said, "I still love you because you're my son, you're my flesh and blood, but if this is what you want, then I'm going to stand by you no matter what," kind of thing, and she'll always be there for me. She was a bit disappointed because there wasn't going to be any grandkids, but then I was never going to say there wasn't going to be any grandkids at that time. I says to her that I could maybe grow up and maybe actually have a surrogate mother, but so I just kind of got over that conversation with her, and she just kind of took me in her arms and gave me a big hug, and I was very happy with that. But sadly I was tested, my sperm was tested, and I can't actually. It's not strong enough to produce like a fertile in a woman's egg, and it's not strong enough to actually make a child. So I'm kind of sad by that, and my mum's sad by that. But I could always adopt, so I might try that in the future. Um, so that's my coming out story, you guys. I hope it's helpful to a lot of the younger guys that needs to come out. The first one you should be is your mum, or maybe one of your sisters, or maybe one of your girlfriends, like one of your friends that's a girl, not girlfriend kind of thing, and just tell them, and actually start with your friends and tell them and see how that goes. Okay, you guys, until next time, stay beautiful. Hugs and kisses.